On today's episode of Sports Culture, we have a recap of Major League Baseball's week, both the NHL and NBA Finals recaps, another recap of UFC 225 and what happened with CM Punk, Major League Baseball's preview for the week. We'll even get into a little bit of a World Cup discussion and MLS Cup, and our big topic of the day, where is LeBron James going to end up? I am Dave with Kid, and this is Sports Culture.
You can catch us every week on youtube.com/Dave and Kid. We're also on iOS for fucking smart people that use podcast app, Podbean, and SoundCloud. So let's get into the MLB recap. Yankees are already on a losing streak again.
Yeah, their pitching has not come in handy. They can score with anybody they want with a stacked lineup like that. The only thing that they don't have, Masahiro Tanaka.
Exactly. Red Sox, they're beginning their streak again, so they're probably going to take over they're American League, right?
They are in the American League East,
you're
yes.
The baseball guy, so you got to take over this baseball talk, man. Red Sox are taking over the Orioles. Yankees are losing again. White Sox are taking over the Indians. Mariners over the Angels. Braves over the Mets. Brewers over the Cubs. Diamondbacks over the Pirates. Exactly what you would think would happen, though.
The Cubs were in first place for an entire day, and they have not scored a run since then.
Sounds about right.
Well, I mean, what can you ask for? Mike Montgomery threw 6 innings of 1-run ball and lost 1-0. You just got to feel for a guy like that.
Exactly.
You never want to see that guy lose, especially when he gives his best effort.
We were at a baseball game with him last week, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. We saw the Cubs lose to the Philadelphia Phillies 6-1.
We did.
It was pretty terrible getting to see some guy try and impress a woman by getting a child that wasn't his own a foul ball.
Oh my god. Okay, for everyone out there, the whole I want to get a kid the ball thing in front of a girl does not work. She wanted to leave the entire time.
And then he did the most awkward thing by giving the kid a pat on the head and telling him, "See you next time, buddy."
My god. Yeah. But that Jewish boy did get that ball.
That Jewish boy did get that ball. Good for him and his father.
Yeah.
Evan over here also thought that Ryan Sandberg was his last name because he was Jewish.
Amen. When you don't know that much about the Cubs, what can you expect from me?
Well,
I saw the yarmulke and I just assumed that Sandberg was his last name.
Besides the flag sitting out in right or left field, I do not remember which one it is, that has 23 and Sandberg on it as a retired number.
We were sitting in the outfield, dude.
It's on the foul poles.
Flags? Okay. Well, I wasn't looking for that. All right. But yeah, that's baseball for last week. Yankees are probably going to go back to second and stay in second for the remainder of the season. Red Sox are taking over that part of the league. National League, whoever stays in first and makes it through the playoff is probably losing the World Series either way.
Well, right now, the best team in the National League is 14 games above 500, while the Yankees and Red Sox are each 23 and 25 respective games above 500.
Exactly.
But that does not mean everything. Last year, the Cleveland Indians won, I believe, over 100 games and lost to the Yankees in the first round of the playoffs.
They did.
That does not mean anything.
Wins don't mean everything. However, like Yankees and Red Sox are playing above the National League level every game. And that's the problem going into the playoffs.
Okay, yes, I agree with that. But who have they played? Everyone else? The Indians are in first place in the AL Central, and they are 4 games above 500. You want to talk about garbage. A garbage division where the second place team is 4.5 back at 5 games under. There's just no competition in the AL Central. The AL West is pretty competitive, I would say. Mariners and Astros, both 44-24 and 44-25 respectively, with the Astros a half game back. The Astros pitching is just phenomenal. They got 3 guys in the top 10 in ERA, wins, WHIP, with Justin Verlander, Charlie Morton, and Garrett Cole. Ever since Garrett Cole was traded to Pittsburgh, he has been on fire. It's fun to watch a guy like that get a change of scenery and then just thrive in the middle of Texas.
All right, do we want to go to the UFC? Or no, let's do NBA Finals. Yeah, as a Cavs fan, disappointed as hell that we got swept. Losing to the Warriors for a third time in the finals in the last fucking 4 years, it's majorly disappointing. But would the series have gone differently if JR didn't have the flunk in the first game?
Gotta know the score. You gotta know the score.
You gotta know the score. That's number one.
That's a key part of the game, but George Hill has to hit a free throw. There were a lot of terrible calls, and that last 2-minute report was extremely long for an NBA Finals game, especially one of the most important parts of the game.
Yeah. The NBA Finals were just a fucking mess this year. It's no surprise when they continuously lose viewers from stuff like this, and I'm sure average fans are getting bored from the same two teams making it to the finals every year, and then the same team wins 3 times. But yeah, NBA Finals, everybody. NBA Finals, everybody. UFC 225. So, CM Punk actually made it through 3 rounds, everybody.
Congrats to CM Punk.
Congrats to CM Punk. He fought Mike Jackson, the guy who also lost to Mickey Gall, faster than CM Punk. They both got fired after this fight. CM Punk for losing 2 professional fights, and Mike Jackson for not taking fights seriously at all throughout the entire thing. Dana White is making so many mistakes right now. So, for those that don't know, this guy named Chris Curtis won the season of The Ultimate Fighter or whatever. Fucking, I don't watch that show. Whatever the name is, it's not good television anymore. So usually the winner wins a contract to the UFC. Dana White did not give this man a contract. I showed you the video. The man won with a super kick. How do you not sign a guy? And I'll put the video right above us. But how do you not win, or how do you not sign a guy that wins a fight with a super kick? That's an exciting guy. Hire that mother effer. The UFC. This was one of their worst pay-per-views. Not fight-wise. Fight-wise, it was decent. But, pay-per-view buys-wise, it was one of the worst. However, at the gate, $2.5 million.
Does not surprise me.
Exactly. And the closest they've come to that since CM Punk's last fight, which was UFC 203, was Barclays, 2 pay-per-views ago. And that's because Barclays is fucking huge. Because Brooklyn loves their fights. But yeah, UFC, if they want to dig themselves out of the hole they're in because they're continuously losing money, they need exciting guys like Chris Curtis. They need people like CM Punk, who is the most interesting part about UFC right now. As soon as he wins, it's going to be boring. But yeah, firing CM Punk, dumb. Firing Mike Jackson, dumb. Not hiring Chris Curtis, dumb. The only person that still draws money left in the UFC is Holly Holmes, and she just won, so congratulations, Holly.
Congratulations, Holly. I have not been keeping up with the UFC. That is all kid.
I've barely been keeping up with the UFC, and I've barely been keeping up with the MLB, but I keep up enough with the UFC that I can talk some shit to Dana White.
The UFC just isn't exciting. There's no Conor McGregor. There's no big time shit talker.
Yeah, they don't have Brock Lesnar. They don't have Conor McGregor. They don't have Ronda Rousey. They don't have any of the 4 horsewomen, actually.
Yeah. They have no
draw.
They have no draw. You give me a Diaz McGregor 3, you might get some money out of my pocket.
Yeah, you might get your million pay-per-view buys. This one was at 150,000 by the way, if you want the exact number. But yeah, they don't have a draw. CM Punk is the most interesting part, and he's drawing gate. The reason why the gate was so high was because it was at Chicago, CM Punk's home. Mike Jackson screamed that after the fight, by the way.
He screamed Wakanda Forever?
Yes, he did his interview with Joe Rogan and screamed Wakanda Forever. That was the most interesting part about this fight, was A, CM Punk taking Mike Jackson down, and then B, Joe Rogan talking shit the entire time. Like, he was making conspiracy theories during the fight while Dana White was on commentary with him. It's like, if I didn't know any better, I think Dana White would be, like, paying Mike Jackson to not take this fight seriously. Starting out a whole Twitter shitstorm.
Joe Rogan, stick to Fear Factor.
Yeah, stick to Fear Factor. MLB preview for the week, David. So, Diamondbacks have Mets this week. I'm taking Diamondbacks.
That should be a real interesting matchup with Mickey Callaway not having any pitching.
Yep. Indians and Twins this week. I want to take Twins for some reason. I feel like Cleveland has to start failing soon.
See, give me the Indians because they haven't gotten hot yet, and they are a very good team. They just need to find their... Once they hit their stride, nobody's going to catch them in that division in the middle of July.
Yeah, but David, it's Cleveland sports.
It is Cleveland sports, but last year they were like this, and they rattled off 22 in a row.
They did. Okay.
That's not a Cleveland thing.
That is not.
They won more games in 22 days than the Browns have in a year and a half.
The Browns are too easy to pick on, man. Come on.
That's their fault. They shouldn't be that bad.
Brewers and Phillies this week. I'm taking Brewers.
Give me the Brewers because Aaron Nola will not be pitching this weekend. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see him. He pitched the next day, and he got, I wouldn't say shelled, gave up 3 runs. One was a bomb to Anthony Rizzo the next day. We got to see Zach Eflin, who pitched fantastically against Chicago. 7 2/3, 1 hit. Didn't see his last start, but I'm sure it was just as good, if not better. Kid's got a bright future in the major leagues.
Yeah, all the young guys in the MLB are great right now, I feel like. So, next up, we got Braves and Padres. As I lose my voice, continue.
Oh, give me the Braves. Give me the Braves for a sweep in this one. Right now, they are looking so much better than the team that they were last year. They actually have pitching. They get timely hits, especially late innings.
And they're not. If they are the top scorers right now in the MLB, right?
Yeah, they have scored the most runs in Major League Baseball, I believe.
Had a 13-8 game, which was unbelievable to me. But yeah, they're a high-scoring team. They're going to be pretty hard to beat when it comes playoff time. That's like the one American League team that I give a chance, or National League team that I give a chance.
See, my thing is they're still really young.
Yeah.
Do they want to go out and get maybe another pitcher or another bat? Would you risk your future for this season? I would not. I believe they're going to stand pat. They might fall apart at the end of the year. Hopefully not. They are an exciting team to watch in Major League Baseball. And I would love to see them be good for years to come. Battle with the Cubs, the Nationals, the Brewers. The Phillies are going to be very good in a couple years.
That is my one worry when it comes to young teams in the playoffs, is they usually do fall apart because they don't know how to hold leads in the playoffs. But they're still a scoring machine.
Yeah, but eventually teams make adjustments after they've seen you for the first time.
Yeah.
And then it'll be interesting to see how they adjust.
Okay. And then Mariners, Red Sox. I'm taking Mariners for the majority.
See, I'm not sure these are right now the 2 best teams in Major League Baseball. I'm not sure how I feel about the Mariners. They are a young team as well. I would love to see King Felix get to pitch in a playoff game. He's been sitting in Seattle for 13 years, not made one playoff appearance.
Hey, it's not a bad thing to sit in Seattle, though.
It's not a bad thing to sit in Seattle at all, but I mean, to suck in Seattle for 13 years, it's got to be pretty rough.
Yeah. All right. Yankees versus Rays.
I like the Rays.
Yankees.
Kevin Cash is a fantastic manager.
Full disclosure, I'm a Yankees fan.
They just don't have the talent. They don't have the budget. They need to either move or they need to get a new stadium, something to produce revenue in that franchise. Besides having a cheap owner.
Move them to Maine.
Montreal. If you're going to move a team, you're going to put them in Montreal or Las Vegas.
I just want a team in Maine. When's the last time Maine had a professional sports team? The people of Maine deserve a sports team.
Can you name a city in Maine?
Portland.
Portland. They have the Portland Sea Dogs, I believe. a minor league affiliate of the Boston Red Sox.
Holy shit, the fact that you know that.
Yeah. Hey, when you play a lot of the show, you're a Red Sox. You get to go down through your minor leagues.
Dropping caps now, alrighty. And that's it for baseball next week. That really matters. The rest of the games I'm just not interested in. Is there anything else that you want to add to MLB?
Well, we've got the Astros and the Royals. We got the Angels and the Athletics.
Yeah, nothing.
There's nothing extremely... Giants and Dodgers for 4. That should be interesting.
Giants, Dodgers, okay. I'll take Giants.
Are the Dodgers ever going to pick up where they left off last year after being 90 and 45 or whatever they were last year?
No.
See, I don't believe so, especially with Kershaw on the DL. They're missing that other guy that they had with Yu Darvish.
So Kershaw on the DL.
We got Kershaw on the DL. Corey Seager's out for the year. Cody Bellinger's not been the same player. Cody Bellinger is a good player, but I hate his long swing with a passion. It just doesn't... It stays through the zone forever. I will give him credit for that. But you can't sustain a high average with a swing like that. Look at Adam Dunn. Adam Dunn was the king of the walk, strikeout, and home run. That's all he had. And he signed with the White Sox, got paid, and had the worst batting average in the history of baseball for a whole season. How can one man hit 159 for an entire year?
Baseball. Dodgers signed David 2018. Anything else? I don't really care about the Royals game. That's it for baseball then?
That's all I got.
Alright. World Cup. David, all the experts are saying it's Brazil, Spain, France, and Germany in the Final Four. Supposedly, what everybody thinks. Who are you taking?
You could always go with the easy picks and go Germany.
That's the one.
But I would like to see Argentina.
You want to take?
I want to see
Four.
Lionel Messi win a cup.
All right.
While avoiding tax fraud. Two of the hardest things to do in the world: avoid tax fraud and win a World Cup.
If Germany is still the scoring machine 2 years ago, when like the World Cup was at its hottest, then I'm taking Germany. Because that team was amazing to watch.
That team was amazing to watch. They have World Cup's high all-time scorer as well.
Yeah.
Don't remember that guy's name. It was something very German.
No, it's something very German. It's probably sauerkraut.
Probably sauerkraut.
And we just got banned from all our things that we're publishing on.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, MLS Cup. Kicking off. Sounders, Chicago Fire tomorrow. Fucking go Sounders, baby. Let's go Sounders. Alright, that's all we got for MLS Cup. Unless you want to take Chicago Fire.
That was a very hot take.
Yeah, no. That's... Nobody cares about MLS, so... Alright. LeBron. David, we have not talked about... We didn't even, talk about this before the show. LeBron, where's he going? Where's he going?
I feel like he's going to stay in Cleveland.
God damn it, I wanted you to disagree with me. Fuck.
But I want him to go to San Antonio so bad.
San Antonio.
Could you... Okay. Here's a logical reason.
San Antonio.
There is one man on this planet that can guard LeBron James, and his name is Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah,
If you can't
and
beat
Draymond
him...
Green, hold on, and Draymond Green.
Okay, Draymond Green's just going to punch you in the throat. He's a terrible defender. But if you are going to if you can't beat him, join him.
Okay, here's the thing though. San Antonio already has all the old people. They have people dying of heart attacks and shit. Sorry, Pop. Love Pop. But San Antonio already has all the experience. If anything, they need younger players.
Okay, but when you have a chance to get the best player in the world, you don't fold.
Yeah, okay.
He could go to Los Angeles.
Okay,
but
I was going to talk about that too, the Gary Payton thing.
See, I don't think it matters where your kids go to school.
Yeah, but the school said that that's false. So
the school said that was false.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, Gary Payton told a fib.
Gary Payton told a fib. Good to know Gary Payton's a credible source. But Does he want to play with kids?
He wants to play wherever his kids tell him to play.
See, I don't believe that. His kids are just going to tell him to go to L.A.
The whole thing about this story is LeBron has said nothing. All the updates that I'm getting from Bleacher Report and everything, they're all like, oh, he said, she said. Nothing is quoted directly from LeBron so far.
No. I don't think LeBron would ever give away something like that either.
I know, but that's the thing. When he moved to the Heat, he was still pretty active with media.
Yeah.
So the fact that he hasn't been active is telling me that he's either moving somewhere big or he's just staying, and he's staying out of the whole media bullshit.
The best chance to give him a championship is Houston. Unless Golden State wants to get in the mix.
If James Harden's still there, he's not winning the ship.
I don't know. My biggest thing is, why would he go west?
Yeah.
Why would you go west? You're not going to have a chance to beat the Warriors if you go west.
If he goes west, the East has nothing but youth.
The East has Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons at that point.
Yeah,
Joel Embiid.
Kyrie Irving, if he stays healthy another season.
Yeah.
Embiid's productive, I guess.
But you could say the same thing about Philadelphia. Does he want to go play with kids?
No.
In Los Angeles, he's got some dumb kids that want to just throw diss tracks at each other all damn day.
Oh, I did not listen to that track. How terrible was it?
I didn't listen to it either, but if you're going to diss your own teammates...
I heard about the quote about his mom, and I'm like, oh, this is dumb. But at the same time, if they're still cool, then whatever.
I mean, you're going to have to play with him 82 times a year.
Yeah.
But will LeBron want to play with kids who don't... Doesn't look like they're focusing on basketball right now.
LeBron's very selective about who he plays with. I don't see him saying, hey, kids, let's move to Boston. I don't see him saying, hey, kids, let's move to Philly. I don't know. I only see LeBron staying in Cleveland at this point.
But we also didn't know what Kevin Durant was going to do at this time 2 years ago either.
I could tell Kevin Durant wanted to go.
He wanted to leave, obviously.
Russell's staying on OKC forever, but Kevin, I just always had the feeling that he hated playing with everyone he was playing with and where he was playing. And I feel like he'll move out of Golden State in a couple of years, too.
See, my thing is, where does Paul George go? Paul George is the wild card of this offseason.
Paul George is key. Wherever Paul George goes, LeBron will look there.
Yeah, LeBron will at least look there. If Paul George goes to L.A., it might boost the credibility of going to L.A. for LeBron, because he will have a superstar to play alongside. In Cleveland, Kevin Love is a very good basketball player, but he's not a superstar.
Yeah.
He's a very quality second scoring option.
Yeah.
But when he doesn't score, I think he had... Did he have one game where he had 20 points?
Yeah, he's the rebounder when it comes to playoff time.
And I appreciate that. Every team needs that, but you have two guys like that with Tristan Thompson.
Yeah. Who is also unproductive. But.
Yeah, he's very unproductive. He also likes to cheat on his wife.
So does half the NBA.
Okay, but you don't cheat on a wife when she's a superstar.
True. I'm on Shumpert.
Oh.
Ooh, throwing shade. Not confirmed shade, but ooh, Tiana Taylor, watch out.
Oh my!
I just pronounced her name wrong. But yeah, he's staying in Cleveland. That's my final say. As a full disclosure, I'm a Cavs fan, but if I could see him going anywhere, I don't know. Raptors.
Goes to the Raptors after he gets their coach fired?
Yeah.
But how does he also, I'm sure he wants to play in a bigger market as well.
What bigger markets are there than Cleveland at the moment?
Cleveland? Golden State?
Oh,
Houston?
Chicago too, but
he could go to New York.
New York.
Could you imagine him going to New York and resurrecting that franchise?
Oh, no, I couldn't.
I wouldn't want to. I'm a Bulls fan, but I mean, if LeBron came, I wouldn't be mad.
No, nobody would be mad.
I don't think anyone would be mad if LeBron James joined.
Here's the thing about LeBron, though, is he'll make a market wherever he goes.
Yeah, he will.
What's the lowest market basketball team right now? Not Milwaukee.
Maybe Memphis or Phoenix?
Memphis. We'll go with Memphis. He'll bring a market to Memphis. Memphis will become a basketball state if he's there for 5 years.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that. But is he going to want to stay in Memphis for 5 years?
No.
He hasn't signed a long-term deal since he joined the Heat.
Yeah, and I don't know if LeBron plays for 5 more years, too.
See, I think he really wants to play with his son. I think he really wants to play with his son on an NBA floor.
That might be a goal of his. How old is his son at this point?
He's going to be a freshman in high school.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's an attainable goal.
Yeah, especially if he just goes, like, to NBA straight from high school like his old man.
If that's a thing again.
I think they still do it. They don't?
2005 was the last year that you could leave the draft
they
straight
take,
from high
like,
school.
young kids from, like, foreign countries still, but...
Okay, but that's because it's an open draft. You have to be at least 1 year out of high school.
Ah, okay. Well, then.
Like Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley was 18 years old this year. But he left high school a year early
Okay.
to come to Duke.
Okay. Well, I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah. You should be able to come out straight out of high school.
Yeah, if you have the skills necessary, you absolutely should be able to. Maybe we'll argue that another day.
Oh yeah, I could get into college sports all day long.
Yeah, no, college sports is coming up. Especially like during this season right now where there's not a lot of sports news. There's no NFL on the sport right now, even though we could talk about the kneeling thing. But yeah. LeBron's staying in Cleveland, David. You're unsure.
He could always exercise his player option for all we know.
He could. He could just retire.
Yeah, he could just retire, take a year off, travel.
His kids aren't going to let him, but yeah. Oh, he could just do baseball like MJ for a year.
See, if LeBron's going to change his sport, he needs to go to the Cleveland Browns and play tight end.
Tight end?
Or wide receiver.
Yeah, I was going to say receiver. Because I feel like tight end you have to be a bit bigger, but at the same time, LeBron is a buff dude.
6'8", 260 ain't big enough?
Yeah, you're right. All right. I just forget how tall he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron could probably do tight end. At the same time, though, I just wanted to be bigger.
But see, I also don't think that he would want to block.
You're right.
You have to be able to run block to play tight end.
Yeah, he just wants to catch.
Yeah, he'd probably just want to catch the ball, stay out of harm's way.
And he's got some lengthy-ass arms, so he'll just do the Odell all day.
You don't even have to do he's got big hands, too. That makes the Odell even easier.
Yeah.
You don't have to have huge hands to catch a football one-handed.
True. Maybe you should take up tennis.
Tennis.
I can see him doing like one of those leisure sports. Like
LeBron versus Federer for a French Open championship. I can see it now.
Oh my God! Let's just put that on the board.
You would have ESPN all over it all day long.
That'd be the biggest like tennis event ever.
Federer and Nadal. That's always a big one. It doesn't matter when they meet up.
I know, but LeBron playing tennis will bring basketball fans in. So like, so you're making a tennis market right there. This is such a hypothetical.
How about LeBron to golf? We need another black guy.
How about LeBron to bowling?
Bowling, ooh.
And let's just have.
There are a lot of NBA players that bowl though. Chris Paul has his own tournament.
He does, but we'll put him in the professional bowling league. Which do you even know what the hell that is?
The PBA.
That's a thing. Okay, yeah.
The PBA is a thing, yeah.
I've watched like one bowling event, and this dude just went nuts. But
if you ever watch ESPN on Sunday afternoons, you will find bowling. When there's not football.
Season. Yeah, I was going to say not during football season. But yeah, I just want to see LeBron like with a cigar, just one-handed bowling.
He probably throws the ball hard enough to where every pin would just hit each other.
He could probably just launch it and just watch it drop on the pins.
You could see that too.
Yeah. He should take up powerlifting.
Powerlifting. Ooh, see an extremely jacked LeBron James just power clean 400 pounds.
And then make him do tight end.
Yeah, then we'll see him play tight end, all right.
So, our hypothesis here then is LeBron's not moving to any place. He's just moving to another sport.
He's just going to move to another sport. It's just easier that way. It doesn't make anyone mad.
I can see it.
Except the entire city of Cleveland, whose economy is based off of him.
Yeah, basically. We went to Cleveland, David.
We went to Cleveland for a night. There was a packed Quicken Loans arena.
For the last game of the season, when none of the starters played.
We did not get to see LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, or Kevin Love play. We got to see the 7'3" man from Brazil,
Eddie Tavares.
Eddie Tavares, We also got to see Fred VanVleet, who is a hometown hero from here. He's from Rockford, Illinois. We got to see him score like 8 points and have 5 rebounds and 5 assists.
Yep, and then he went off the next season. So
yeah, he decided this season was going to be the year he'd go off.
Yeah, go Freddie.
Bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Bet on yourself.
Hometown love. Yeah, good time. Best Uber driver ever in Cleveland. What was his name?
Tremaine. If you ever have to Uber,
We
look for a guy
Tremaine.
named Tremaine.
Yeah, and not some old dude.
Not Benedict.
That was his name?
That was his name.
God.
Benedict was his name. Benedict makes the weirdest noises you will ever hear.
And he's super quiet. Did not make a single attempt to have a conversation with us.
Thick hair lip.
Yes.
Thick hair lip. Like that thing. I'm sure some lady's ridden that mustache before.
Uber, please sponsor us. Alright, I think that's it for today. Follow us on Instagram. We'll have a show Twitter maybe up by today. We're not going to do Facebook. We're too young for Facebook.
Yeah.
The show's in its young stages.
I don't need my father to see this.
What else do we have? I don't know. What other social medias are out there? Are we going to have a Dave and the Kid kick?
Did you want me to make a Tinder profile for us?
Yeah, a Tinder profile for yes.
We'll find other podcasts and match with them.
Ooh, absolutely. But yeah, follow us on our stuff. We'll meet you up, gang.
And if any of you have tips on what to do for contacts when you take them out and then don't think you know where they are anymore, maybe the back of your head, on the floor, I'd really appreciate it because all of you watching, I am not half-baked right now.
Yeah.
I just have a contact somewhere in my skull.
The YouTube viewers are getting quite the show with your eyes today.
Yeah, they hurt very much. Like, I'm probably going to go home and cry.
The iOS listeners are going to be like, what the hell is wrong with this kid?
Hey man, Pardon My Take was selling shirts yesterday on radio.
They were.
They were trying to describe how to sell shirts on radio.
Which, I mean, that works. You just get the black shirt. Check out our store link. Bam.
No, they were trying to describe these shirts.
They were trying to describe it in detail?
Yeah, in detail.
Okay, so for iOS listeners, let's describe our t-shirt.
Our t-shirt.
Ooh.
That's a good question, Evan.
No.
What t-shirt do we have?
We don't have one.
We don't have one. We might have to get a couple t-shirts if...
So, yeah, once we get, up into the 100 viewer range.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for our t-shirt currently, imagine air.
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 Just imagine the stuff you are breathing in right now.
Yep, and that you just wear it outside.
Yep.
With nothing on underneath.
Exactly.
Now let me describe our pants. Air. Now just walk out with that on. We're basically... What the hell are you doing with your head now?
I'm trying to look out of my left eye because that's where the contact is. It's either somewhere in my skull or it fell out in my car.
Alright, we're going to wrap this up.
I really hope it's in my car because if it's in my head, this is pretty painful as well.
You're going to have to get surgery.
I really hope not.
They're just going to take your eye out and just take the contact lens out. We're just rambling for the end now.
Yeah.
Awkward endings are always the best though.
Hey, that's all it takes.
Alright, I'm the kid. He's David. Bye.
Bye.